Y'all, I am truly convinced that Monique is suffering from mental illness. Nessa girl, if somebody please don't call Tyler Perry, Oprah, and Lee Daniels and tell these people to apologize to this woman and send her an edible arrangement so she can get off my phone with this foolishness. Nessa girl, I know you seen the Comedy Hype interview that came out, was it a week or two ago? And I said I wasn't going to touch on this because I didn't want to make it seem like I'm somebody who's constantly harping on Monique in these tirades that she go on about Oprah and needing to apologize and blackballing her. But at what point are we allowed to look at Monique and be like, girl, enough? Like, we got it. They did you wrong. Girl, please move the hell on with life. These people is not finna call you and apologize. These people don't want nothing to do with you. Precious don't came out. Ain't we about on the 15-year anniversary of Precious? Like, my Lord, Monique, you is clogging up the internet with your foolishness. Y'all the ones who told me Monique got a residency in Vegas. It would seem to me that all the press and interviews Monique should and would be doing would be geared towards whatever her next move is and not incessantly looking back on the past with this Tyler Perry, Monique, Lee Daniels foolishness. So the question that I have for Monique and for all the Monique supporters and for everybody who was like, forget that, she right, she got the right to tell her story, she got the right to be heard. Like, are we still sitting in that space, or is it time for Monique to move on? Please drop that in the comments and let me know. I will say this, right? As I said in a previous video, what is your end game? You know what I'm saying? And it would seem to me, because this Tyler Perry, Oprah, Whoopi Goldberg, Precious situation is the scarlet letter that rests over Monique's career, that she would be trying to put it behind her and advocate for what she wants in a different way. Like, my thing is, Monique, why not put this behind you, start landing new roles, and advocate in the background. Then when you get your salary, the one that you demand and feel you deserve, then you come forward and say, and you know what, y'all, I finally got my, $70 million Netflix special. Thank you, Netflix, for working with me. And this is how it is when you do the business and you do the work. I mean, I am totally not against her fight. I get it. If you feel you deserve more, if you feel that you've been done wrong, if you feel like you demand a certain salary, by all means, feel it, mama. Feel it. But at what point do you pivot and readjust your strategy? Because what you doing, Monique, is not working. And now, for people like me, and granted, I'm not in a position of power over your career, but it is dredging up recycled negative feelings, and it's compounding them with even more negative feelings. So now I'm real mad all over again and again. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's just a gnat. She's a damn fruit fly that won't go away, and I'm just not understanding the point of any of this. Now, on this interview, and y'all follow me here, I was always thinking the way Monique is holding on to this, it's gotta be larger than just business. and deeply personal. I think that maybe I, in the past, did a poor job interpreting, or Monique did a poor job conveying. But I think the root of a lot of Monique's displeasure with Oprah has to do with the fact that Oprah called her and was like, you know, I'm going to have your brother on the show. How do you feel about that? And Monique was like, I don't want no parts of that. Monique ended up discussing some very intimate information about her mother with Oprah, and then Monique sees commercials, and here it is, she thought she had a friend in Oprah, and Oprah leveraged, in Monique's eyes, the vulnerabilities that she revealed to her to have her mother on the show for ratings or to have a good show. I think we need to pay a little more focus to that, and I really do think that's where Monique is really hurt at. Because I noticed in this last round of interviews, she really, you know, harped in and explained in detail on that situation. And I get it. I get it. But at this point, it's just starting to feel like a young kid throwing a tantrum. And I could understand if you were making any leeway. You know what I'm saying? Then you do the whole thing about you sat down and you talked with Whoopi Goldberg, and Whoopi Goldberg told you what she was making over at The View, and then you did this whole crying act and was like, oh my God, sister, that's what they're paying you and you don't feel like you deserve more. You know, even that to me was passive aggressive, and it was nasty, and it was upsetting, because the implication is that Whoopi Goldberg is sitting up there on The View working for pennies, and we know that that's not the truth. And here you go making another enemy. Granted, you didn't divulge what the number was, but you casted a negative light upon Whoopi Goldberg and her financial whatever with The View. This shit is just not cool. Like, it's not cool, and I just don't understand why Monique continues to pull other people into her madness. And it's kind of like you went, and granted, you know, this may have been an interview about one thing and they asked you the question and they ended up going off on a tangent. These are now all the bites that are making its way around the web. But it's like you and Sydney are not making any headway with this. Okay? I mean, if the object of your campaign is to spread awareness, then we get it. We're aware. But now, the time from when the crime happened to now is so far. I just think the societal and cultural statute of limitations has passed. No one really cares. And just when we were rooting for you, mama, saying, oh, she's doing her stand-up, she's coming back, she's got a residency in Vegas, you come out with this. Here's the gag. I haven't heard anything about the residency in Vegas, but I'm hearing all this negativity with this whole Oprah, Tyler Perry stuff. These people done went on and done made $17 million more a day, 17 million more movies. They don't, but all the black actresses in Hollywood is winning right now, and you is locked out with this same old foolishness. I'm sorry, at what point do you plant a Trojan horse and you beat them from within? You are one woman trying to fight a Hollywood machine, an army. In the words of the Scarecrow from The Wiz, you can't win. You can't win. Not from the outside. Not from the outside. Now see, what you need to do is pull a Black China. Okay? You need to get on the inside and then blow that motherfucker up from the inside. Y'all don't hear me though. Somebody send this video over to Monique. I'm just not understanding. Then you hit all of your most negative bullet points that got you the most attention when the scandal broke. Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Charlamagne, Whoopi Goldberg. It's like, girl, this stuff is old and don't nobody care, and you looking crazy while doing it, and it don't help that you sitting up there in your most natural state with your gray hairs out, and Sydney just sitting over. Let me tell you something. Sydney may be your best friend. He may be your lover and your secretary. Okay? But that man done got in your head and done brought you down to his level. He done ran you down to the damn ground, Monique, and done ran your career. Women's out there, stop making these men who don't have any industry experience and or education y'all damn managers. Because you right here letting somebody manage you with their ego and their emotions. And now, girl, you sitting up behind tables, behind YouTube cameras like me, doing interviews, sis. Like Monique, you could have been bounced back from this. You could have been bounced back from this. Just when you was gone off our radar and we had developed a soft spot for you and was ready to see you again, you re-emerge with this bullshit again. It's exhausting. And it just leaves me wondering, what is you doing? I ask the question now that I asked then. What is your end game? If your only objective is to be a pain in everybody's ass and to make a whole lot of noise, congratulations, you've done it. But if your plan is to make people, and that's the thing, you can't make nobody pay you what they don't want to pay you with their money. Fair, unfair, heavenly, devilly, it matters not. This is mine, and you just might be worth 8 million, but I'm only gonna give you 6. Take it or leave it. This mine. I can pay whatever I want to pay. And the funny thing about it is, no tea, no shade. And this is no tea, no shade. Monetarily, you are only worth what other people are willing to pay. That's how free market works. You, this light right here, this light is only worth what people on the open market are willing to pay. And survey says the open market is not willing to pay you whatever it is you feel you deserve. So my next thing then, like they always say, you're never going to get rich working for somebody. Why don't you leave the workplace and start your own business? All these music artists have set the stage for independence. Samore finances her own comedy stuff and keeps all her coin, and she living good. Samore in her Rolls Royce, and I think you and Sydney sharing a Honda Accord. So if these people will not pay you with their money what you feel you deserve, then why don't you create your own situation? Go the Tyler Perry route. Like Tyler said in his speech, he not waiting for nobody to give him a seat at the table. He created the table. I paraphrase, something to that effect. Create your own table, Monique, because pissing folks off and then asking the same people you pissed off to pay you, I just don't understand what type of strategy that is. And when I went to Florida State University, got my degree in economics, they taught me a whole lot about business and leveraging relationships. And mama, this ain't it. Y'all drop that in the comments and y'all let me know when this lady gonna get off my line and off my radar and out my life with this bullshit. And I'll call you later. Bye.